I buried my twin sister alive in the family crypt that night, not with dirt and stone, but with the cold, unyielding truth she'd spent 2 decades clawing to escape. Her screams echoed through the marble halls of our Greenwich estate like the wail of a foghorn cutting through Long Island Sound. But no one came, because I'd made damn sure the staff was paid off and the security feeds looped on a highlight reel of empty luxury. And as the vault door sealed with a hydraulic hiss that sounded like the devil's own exhale, I whispered through the intercom, "You always said family was everything,
Lena."
Now you're stuck with it forever. It started in the sticky summer of '05, back when we were just Mia and Lena Hargrove, the inseparable Hargrove twins from that sprawling Tudor pile in Greenwich, Connecticut, the kind of place where the lawns were manicured like supermodels and the scandals were buried deeper than the foundations. We were 18, fresh out of some overpriced prep school that spat us into the world with trust funds fat enough to choke a banker. But lean on actual grit. Our father, Harlan Hargrove, was the king of coastal real estate, the guy who'd turned salt marshes into million-dollar McMansions before anyone knew what gentrification meant. Mom had checked out early, cancer, the efficient killer, and left us with a will that read like a prenup from hell. Everything split 50-50 between her girls. But only if we stayed, united in purpose. Vague as a politician's promise. But it kept us tethered. Lena was the golden one. The charmer with the laugh that could disarm a SWAT team and eyes that promised you'd wake up richer just for looking.
Me?
I was the shadow. The fixer. The one who balanced the books while she schmoozed the clients. We complemented each other like Bourbon and Branch, until the night she drove that Mercedes into the wrong side of morality. It was a party at the club, the sort where hedge fund bros snort lines off cocktail napkins and heiresses trade daddy's Rolodex for daddy issues. Lena had her eye on Tommy Whitaker, heir to a shipping empire, the kind of trustafarian who thought entrepreneur meant day trading memes. She was 3 sheets to the wind, flirting hard, when Tommy's fiancée, some Vassar girl named Becca, showed up uninvited. All fire and accusations. Words flew. Then a shoved champagne flute. And before I could blink, Lena was behind the wheel, peeling out of the valet line with Becca's screams fading in the rearview. She didn't mean to hit the curve wrong. Didn't mean for the guardrail to give way like cheap tinfoil, sending the Benz tumbling into the rocky embankment below the Merritt Parkway. But intense a luxury for the innocent, and Lena Hargrove was never that. Becca died on impact, neck snapped clean. The autopsy said later. Tommy's family lawyered up faster than a Vegas wedding, smelling blood money in the Hargrove vaults. I found Lena at dawn, slumped on the boathouse steps, mascara streaked and shivering in her sequined Halston knockoff. "Mia," she sobbed, clutching my arm like a lifeline. "It was an accident." She lunged at me. "You believe me, right? And God help me, I did. Or, at least, I believed in us, the unbreakable Hargrove twins, who'd shared cribs, secrets, and now this." Father was in D.C., schmoozing senators for a waterfront deal. The cops were en route. So I did what any sister would. I lied. "I was driving," I told the detectives, my voice steady as the Atlantic in July. Lena huddled in the corner, playing the traumatized passenger, her whimpers scripted from some Lifetime movie we'd binged. They bought it, small-town Connecticut cops, dazzled by the Hargrove name, reluctant to drag a senator's daughter through the mud. Charges dropped to vehicular manslaughter for me, probation and community service. "Lena?" She walked, and scathed, into Tommy's waiting arms and a future gilded with Whitaker's shipping stock. But lies have half-lives. And mine started decaying the day father called us into his study, the air thick with cigar smoke and unspoken verdicts.
Mia.
You covered for her, he growled, his jowls quivering like a bulldog's. Family sticks. But this stains us. Lena sobbed apologies, her head on his knee, while I stood there, the family goat, absorbing the blame like a sponge. He cut me out of the summer Hamptons share, funneled my allowance into restitution funds. Lena got the upgrade, a seat on the board of Hargrove Properties, grooming her for the throne. I swallowed it, because that's what fixers do. We patch the leaks, polish the silver, and pretend the rot doesn't spread. By 25, I clawed my way back, CPA credentials from NYU night classes, turning father's leaky condo flips into profit machines. Lena,
Meanwhile,
married Tommy in a spread that made town and country cream itself. St. Bart's sunset vows. A guest list of Vanderbilts and lesser Kennedys. She popped out 2 perfect brats, named after dead presidents, and parlayed her tragic widow glow up into a lifestyle blog that monetized trauma like it was kale smoothies. Our paths crossed at holidays. Those obligatory Hargrove feasts where the turkey was drier than father's jokes and the wine flowed like regret. She'd hug me tight, whisper, "You're my hero, Mia," while her eyes darted to the exits. Always one step ahead. I played along, because blood's thicker than bourbon, and father's will loomed like a guillotine, the $200 million empire. Split even, but with that united in purpose clause. Lawyers called it boilerplate, I called it a curse. Fast forward to 2025, and the old man finally kicks it, heart attack in his Palm Beach cabana, mid-golf swing with some lobbyist. The funeral's a circus, black SUVs snaking up the drive, paparazzi buzzing like gnats over the wrought iron gates. Lena arrives in a chauffeured Escalade, veiled like Jackie O, her kids in monogrammed Burberry.
Me?
I Uber in from my 1-bedroom in Brooklyn, the kind where the radiator clanks like a death rattle and the super's a ghost. The readings in the library, shelves groaning under first editions father never cracked. Elias Crow, the family shark, silver fox with a Rolex that costs more than my rent, clears his throat. Harlan's estate, Hargrove Properties, the portfolio, the cash reserves. To Mia and Lena, equally, contingent on continued collaboration. Murmurs ripple. Lena shoots me a smile that's all teeth. No warmth. Then Crow slides over the addendum, voice dropping like a bad stock tip. There's a stipulation, buried in the codicil. 40 million. Held in escrow. Releases to the estate's principal beneficiaries only upon mutual affirmation of loyalty, verified by independent audit. Breach it, and it vaporizes to charity. Lena's laugh tinkles like breaking crystal. Loyalty?
Mia?
We're twins. Blood oath. But her eyes, those mirror blue eyes that match mine, flicker with something feral. I sign the papers, pen heavy as lead, and drive back to the city with the AC blasting against a chill I can't shake. Weeks blur into board meetings. Lena at the helm like a pirate queen, her vision for Hargrove 2.0, luxury eco-villages in the Rust Belt, flipping Detroit blight into billionaire bunkers. I'm the numbers girl, crunching spreadsheets till my eyes bleed, spotting the hemorrhages she ignores, shell companies siphoning funds, offshore accounts blooming like kudzu. Trust the process. Sis, she purrs over Zoom from her Malibu pied a terra. Tommy's yacht bobbing in the background. But trust? That's a currency I bankrupted years ago. The first crack shows in October. A whistleblower email hitting my inbox at 3 a.m. Hargrove fraud. Lena's cooking books. Your name's on the fall. Attached, PDFs of forged ledgers. My signature scrawled like a drunk's autograph, diverting $15 mill to a Cayman front. My stomach drops faster than the Dow in '08. I confront her at the next summit, our annual Hargrove retreat in the Adirondacks, cabins with copper tubs, stocked bars, and enough pine to mask the bullshit. She's sipping Pinot by the fire pit, flames dancing on her Botox-smooth skin.
Mia.
Honey, it's optics. Investors get twitchy. We smooth the edges. Smooth? It's embezzlement. Federal rap, if the IRS sniffs it. You're the fixer, she adds. Voice syrupy. Like always, rage boils up. Hot as moonshine. But I swallow it. That's when I see the glint, the USB drive tucked in her Birkin. Labeled contingency. I wait till midnight. Slip into her suite like a ghost. The drive's a treasure trove. Emails to Tommy's fixer. Plans to pin the fraud on me. Trigger a board vote to oust me. Then dissolve the partnership. The kicker?
A forged affidavit.
Swearing I confessed to the '05 crash, Becca's death, as a cover for Lena's hit-and-run rage. She'd sell me out to the feds. Trade my freedom for her 40 mil share. My hands shake as I copy it all. Heart pounding like a jackhammer on asphalt. Dawn breaks bloody over the lake. And I drive east. Windows down. Wind whipping my hair into Medusa snarls. Brooklyn welcomes me with its graffiti gospel and bodega coffee. But sleep's a stranger. I hole up in my walk-up, walls thin as promises. Piecing the puzzle. 40M Stipulation isn't just fluff, it's a nuclear option. Mutual loyalty. Audited annually. Breach means the $40 million escrow dumps to the ACLU or some eco-charity he fancied. Lena's been dodging the audits. Buying off Crow with Whitaker kickbacks. One leak. And her empire crumbles. Revenge brews slow. Like chicory in the bayou. But mine's pure jet fuel. I start small, anonymous tips to the journal. Whispers of Hargrove irregularities that make the business section without naming names. Lena calls. Voice edged with panic. Sis. What's with the leaks? We're family. I play dumb. The good twin. While I lawyer up pro bono from a Fordham clinic. A pitbull named Ruiz who smells blood. By Thanksgiving, the heat's on. SEC knocks at the Greenwich door. Lena's on CN. Tearful in cashmere. Decrying witch hunts. Tommy's shipping stock tanks 12%. Their divorce filings leaked to page 6. Her betrayal spun as his infidelity. She corners me at the turkey carve. Knife in hand like Lady Macbeth. You did this. After everything? Everything? Like the years I scrubbed her messes. The probation that killed my Yale dreams. The whispers that branded me the family black sheep. I took the fall for you. Lena. Becca's blood's on my hands because you couldn't steer straight. Her face crumples. Then hardens, classic flip. Charm to venom in a heartbeat. You were always jealous. The fixer, who fixes nothing. Stay out. Or I'll bury you deeper than that girl. Bury me? The irony's thicker than giblet gravy. I smile. Sweet as pie. And slip her a thumb drive dummy files.
Bait. She bites.
And that's when I activate the real play. Ruiz files the audit petition. Citing the codicil. Court date set for January. Manhattan Federal. The kind of room where fortunes flatline. December creeps in like a stalker. Snow dusting the bridges like cocaine on a mirror. Lena ramps up, private eyes tailing me. My Uber rerouted to dead ends. Voicemails laced with sobs and threats. Think of the kids.
Mia.
Nephews. Uncles. We're Hargroves. But blood's not ink. It washes out. I fortify. New locks. Burner phone. Ruiz's Glock in my nightstand. Legal. He swears. For the sisters who shoot straight. Christmas Eve. She shows at my door. Unannounced. Bundled in sable like a Russian oligarch's wife. Bottle of Veuve. Eyes red-rimmed. Truce. We crack it on my fire escape. City lights blurring below like fallen stars. She spills. Tommy's cheating with the Pilates instructor. The blog's imploding. The board circling. I need you.
Mia.
Like 05. Vulnerability's her ace. Always was. I let her lean. Head on my shoulder. The old twin rhythm syncing our breaths. For a heartbeat. I almost fold. Almost. But revenge isn't a light switch. It's a dimmer. Turned slow to sear. As she dozes on my couch, I hack her phone. Simple phishing link in a holiday card email. Downloads her texts. Frantic bids to crow. Offers to disappear the codicil for 5 mil. Proof. Ironclad. I ghost her at dawn. Leave coffee brewing. A note. Family first. See you in court. New Year's hits like a hangover. Confetti choking the streets. I spend it alone. Toasting with rail whiskey to the woman I used to be, the fixer who fixed the wrong damn thing. Ruiz calls at midnight. Motion granted. Full audit. She's fucked. Elation surges. Sharp as a switchblade. But doubt nips at the heels. Is this justice? Or just trading scars? Lena's kids, those wide-eyed ghosts, flash in my mind. Collateral in our war. January thaws the resolve. The hearing's a pressure cooker. Wood panel courtroom. Air stale with old money and older grudges. Lena sweeps in. Power suit Armani. Flanked by a team that could staff the Supreme Court.
Me?
Khakis and a blazer from Macy's. Ruiz at my elbow, like a loyal hound. Crow takes the stand, sweating under the fluorescence. His testimony, a house of cards. The codicil's advisory. Your Honor. No teeth. Ruiz shreds it emails. Transfers. The USB gospel. Gasps ripple. Lena's mask cracks. Her glare across the aisle pure arsenic. Perjure, she hisses during recess, cornering me by the vending machine. You'll rot for this.
Rot?
I've been rotting since '05.
Sister.
The judge recesses. But the verdict's a formality. Audit enforced. Escrow frozen pending review. Pandemonium erupts post-ruling. Reporters swarm like sharks. Lena vanishes into a Blacktown car. Tommy's lawyers circling like vultures. I duck into a diner on Canal. Eggs over easy and black coffee. Ruiz toasting with a Coke. You did it.
Mia.
40 mil safe, for now. Safe? It's a bomb. Ticking down to detonation. But Lena's not done flipping scripts. That night, my phone buzzes, unknown number. Her voice. Fractured. Meet me. The crypt. Midnight. End this. The family mausoleum. That granite tomb on the estate grounds, where father slumbers under etched angels. Bait or breakdown? I gear up, recorder in pocket, pepper spray in purse, and drive north. Wipers slashing sleet like accusations. The gates creak open. Unmanned, snow muffles my steps to the crypt. A squat fortress of Carrara marble, lit by a single security lamp. Lena's there, silhouette against the vault door, cigarette glowing like a fuse. Mia, she breathes, exhaling smoke that curls like a noose. You win. Take it all, the company, the cash.
Just.
Stop. Stop. The word's a gut punch. She's unraveling. Coat askew. Hair wild. The golden girl reduced to wreckage. Why? Lena? After everything. Why frame me again? Tears track her cheeks. Freezing in the cold. Because you're the strong one. Always were.
I
couldn't lose it. Tommy's leaving. The kids hate the mess. And the crash, God.
Mia.
I see Becca every night. Her eyes in the mirror. Confession spills like cheap Merlot. The rage that night. The swerve intentional. A shove from the passenger seat that sealed Becca's fate. You took it from me because you loved me more.
But I
hated you for it. For being better. Hate, the word detonates something primal. Rage uncoiling like a spring. I lunge. Not for her throat. But the intercom panel, fingers flying to arm the lockdown. A failsafe father-installed post, 9/11. Sealing the crypt against intruders. The hydraulics whine. The door grinds shut, trapping her inside with the echoes of our dead. Her screams build fury, then fear as I patch the feed to my phone. Ruiz on speed dial. It's over. Lena. The audit hits tomorrow. Your fraud unravels. The $40 million? It dumps to charity unless you affirm loyalty. But you breached it years ago. She pounds the glass viewport. Face a mask of betrayal. Let me out. We're twins. Mia. Blood.
blood.
The word mocks me. Sticky as '05 asphalt. Sirens wail distant. Ruiz is doing. Anonymous tip on the standoff. Cops swarm. Extricate her. Cuffs clicking like puzzle pieces. The press feast. Hargrove twins crypt clash. Empire in chains. Trial drags into spring. A media orgy that turns our lives into true crime fodder. Lena pleads fraud. Manslaughter reopened. I testify. Voice steady. Unloading the '05 lie like ballast. The courtroom's a Rorschach. Spectators split. Some cheering my justice, others decrying the sisterly stab. Envy's the real killer. One juror whispers post-verdict, guilty on all counts. 20 to life. Her empire auctioned to the winds. I walk out into April sun. $40 million intact, my half. Anyway, the stipulation holding as loyalty affirmed in the breaches revelation. Hargrove Properties? I sell it piecemeal. Fund a scholarship for crash victims' kids. Pocket the rest for a quiet life in Portland. Rain-soaked and anonymous. Tommy sues for custody. The boys choose me. Their Aunt Mia, in a twist that stings sweeter than victory. But victory's a hollow buzz. Like flat beer at last call. Late nights. I dream of the crypt, her screams morphing to Becca's. Then mine. Was it revenge? Or recursion? I fix the ledger. But the debt's eternal. Lena writes from Bedford Hills. Letters in loopy script. You buried us both.
Sis.
But I forgive you. Forgiveness? That's her flip. One last charm offensive. I burn them. Ashes scattering on the Willamette like confetti from a funeral. Family's a crypt we all share, sealed tight. Secrets eternal. And in the quiet, I wonder, who took the bigger fall?